Hello and welcome everyone back to Ace Combat 7. Today we're going to be continuing the aircraft showcase. This time we're going to be starting on the Soviet-built aircraft. Also hail Hydrate. Thank you, Gun Mage. And thank you both Gun Mage and Scry for contributing to the AC6 challenge. Currently we're at 70%, so we're doing pretty good with I want to say 16 days left to go. It's good. So, yeah. For part 3 of this showcase, we are going to be doing Soviet-built aircraft. So we're going to start with the MiG-21bis, and we will finish with the Su-33 Flanker D. And the best place to show off the MiG-21 is 444. Hello, Phoenix. Let us begin. Alright. Now, MiG-21 MiG-21bis fish bed was developed and produced by Mikoyan Gurevich. Its first flight was in 1955, and it first entered service with the Soviet Union in 1959. And while it is no longer serving with Russia, it is still serving amongst some other smaller nations. Some of the main operators for the fish bed were obviously the Soviet Union, India, Croatia, Romania, Vietnam, and numerous other smaller nations. Yeah, I did see that, Phoenix. I wish I had the money to build something like that. So, goals. In the game, the MiG-21 is a classically designed small, low-weight fighter combining delta wings and horizontal tail wings. While its tricky controls ask a lot of the pilot, it boasts an impressive war record. It also has a number of nicknames on account of its striking appearance in the sky. According to the stat block, its speed is average, with below average mobility and stability, average air-to-air and subpar air-to-ground, with abysmal defense. Well, I'll look into it, Phoenix, but right now, the amount of money I have is what's more important, paying the internet bill or paying for food? So that's where my financial straits are right now. Anyway, so these stats blocks are pretty consistent with a lower tier aircraft, although a good pilot can get some pretty good, pretty high tier performance out of it. Our weapons, it is armed with 62 R60 Aphid standard missiles. It's also equipped with the MGP, the only one that's equipped with a machine gun pod. They can be attached underneath the wing and used with standard machine guns. They are ideal for anti-surface and close quarters combat. This particular model is the UPK-23, and we get 3,600 rounds for it. We're also equipped with the rocket launcher. This particular model is the UB-16 57mm 16-shot pod. We get 2 of those with 16 salvos total. And finally, for our SAAM, we have the R27 Alamo. We get 18 of those. But for this, we're going to go with the Burt. Too bad. No, they are not the RCL from A6. It's very, very sad. For liveries, hello Nicola. You're just in time for the first mission. We have the boring gray. We have the what I like to call the Northern Europe or Eurasia livery. And then we've got the Look at Me, I Am So Red special livery. And then of course we've got the trigger liveries. But we're going to go ahead and with the Look at Me, I'm the Red Baron. And we're going with the Stovey emblem because it just looks good with the Red Baron emblem or livery. Yeah, I cannot speak. Yeah, I've said it before, I'm not that big of a fan of MiGs. I don't know why, but the McCoyans are just not as appealing to me compared to the flankers. But just look how big those planes are compared to my little bitty bitty thing. I'll take up command. Any objections? That'll get decided in the sky. See? It's so tiny and small. Your call sign is Spare 15. Consider it your prisoner number for the air. Commencing deception and interception. Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off. Go now. My blood's boiling. Toss the chump in solitary once he gets back. Now, in game, the best, or the MiG-21 is one of the best choices for the gun-only run, because the gun pods here, they count for the metal. And they do a hell of a lot more damage than the standard machine gun. Here comes Harling's murderer. He shot 2 missiles right between old Harling's eyes. But yeah, this has a razorback canopy, your style canopy, so you can't actually see behind you as easily. Which you probably should have a mirror in there. Spare 15, I'm handling surveillance. The bombers that attacked the runway are coming back for another round. I do appreciate the fact that it, unlike most Delta Wing aircraft, the fish bed has an actual tail, giving it the best of both worlds. Let me kill it! Look at them, blowing up a bunch of paper planes. The enemy seems to think our Air Force is concentrated on this base. Everything on the ground is fake. Can't the enemy see that? Means they're that convincing. Shit, the enemy just hit the control tower. Hey, what's with all the shaking? Hello, Nugget. I'm doing good. Ow! One missile brought me to 50%. Holy hell. This thing is not durable. Die. Doing good, get slapped with missile. Yep, pretty much. There we go, now they're off my tail. But yeah, this thing is a fragile speedster. It's also kind of a glass cannon with the, well, literal cannons. The fish bag can deal a lot of damage, but it cannot take damage.
I've yet to confirm the destruction of the targets. Continue on with the
Oh,
mission.
bite me, Bandog.
Spare 15, bandit splashed.
Trigger, keep an eye on your head count. We can compare later. Yeah, I'm betting that report will get dressed up real pretty.
We made our paint. A bunch of convicts. Incoming hostile group detected. Take care of them.
Oh, chat's always usually chat's nice to me. They're not above poking the bear, but it's usually as bad as it gets.
Watch your mouth. Head to the next target.
Allow me to educate you. In this unit, you get your tail marked with scratches. The more scratches, the more heinous the crime. They're called sin lines. You have 3 scratches, right, Trigger? Well, you are Harley's murderer.
Oh, you son of a bitch, you flanker! There we go. Okay, that bomber's by itself, so we're gonna leave that one for now. We'll go after these 3.
Focus on destroying the target.
Sorry, but I'm gonna give the top score again. Only because kills are self-reported.
Gotta get rid of these guys off my tail.
Warning! Man on your 6! Enemies locked on me! Someone help me out here! This is Gold 3. Evading incoming missile. I'm bailing!
Evading incoming missile. Oh no, shit, I'm bailing!
You're gonna regret letting me get behind you.
You fool! You assumed you could sneak up on me!
Wingman down. I'm surrounded.
Wow, look at Trigger go. Lucky shot.
Bandit evaded attack. Trying again.
Excuse me. Ah, fuck. There we go. Thank you, Sukhoi. Extra life. Oh, that's an emote. Never mind.
Destroy the targets. You're being slow.
At least he's decent at what he's famous for. I wouldn't go that far. Targets that slow on a challenge. Don't let it go to your head, murderer.
Multiple bandits inbound. They got bombers and support.
All aircraft follow me. You too, murderer. Jeez, now he thinks he's squadron leader.
boom.
Trigger, don't get shut down now. I got good money riding on your survival.
It's good to know somebody's betting on me.
Riding on you going down, so watch your back.
Spare 7, shut up. You don't need a yap to pull the trigger.
Turn.
But he killed Harling with his guns too.
Bye-bye. Poor MiG-29 Raz is ready to get countered. I mean, yeah. If I ended up getting count and friendly fire, oh well.
Trigger got most of them. Maybe even all of them. That was dumb luck, Tabloid.
Spare 15, don't take all the fun away from your comrades. The targets are still active. Keep up the attack.
What the hell are you doing?
Wilco, Madam McKinsey, please maintain silence for the moment. 3 targets remaining.
Oh, okay. There goes that one.
Hostile has a lock.
Okay, let's get these bombers. I'll leave us with just one left.
Spare 15, what the hell are you doing?
Killing the bombers! What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
2 targets remaining.
Why in the world would someone make a squadron of convicts? Gotta be some kind of reason. Now the paper-mache strategy at the base seems to be doing the trick. Guess every man and his dog has an idea how to end the war.
1 bandit left. Take him down now.
First come, first served. Bingo! Good going. That cheers me up.
Pipe down and keep your mind on the mission. Chaffin flares at 0.
Oh, I'm out of flares. Fuck. Hello, flanker. Think you could get behind me and shoot me? I got news for you. That ain't gonna fly. Alright. Now to kill this blackjack. Kaboom!
All targets confirmed eliminated.
Hell yeah! Still alive, Harling's murderer?
And that is the power of the Burt.
Cut the chatter, Spare Squadron. Mission
You
complete.
see, the gun pods basically give the MiG-21 the same power of Burt as the A6, A10 had.
Then you win.
Unstoppable.
What? You're not done?
Just checking.
Kills the blackjack with the 21. Certain irony there.
Landing check. We don't want to wreck blocking the weapon.
Uh,
You have permission to land. Wind
that means I win the bet, right?
3,000 meters. Too fast. Lower your airspeed. Bank right.
Just to kind of help illustrate how small MiG-21 is. Gonna try and land it near one of these planes up here.
At least you're down. Careful with the aircraft next time.
Wins the bet. Bandog's jealousy intensifies.
Don't forget.
But there you have it.
15 runways free.
The small, agile MiG-21 was devastating back in the early parts of the Cold War. Equipped right, it can still hold up for smaller air forces today. MiG-21, small Phantom, exactly. The Phantoms in Vietnam could barely touch the MiG-21. Granted, that was largely because there weren't that many MiG-21s in Vietnam to begin with. But usually when they popped up, they were flown by the elites, and the Phantoms didn't really stand that much of a chance in a straight-up dogfight. How the American pilots were able to take care of the MiG-21s, they'd have a Phantom as bait. The MiG-21s would come up, and then from 12 o'clock, or from the 6 o'clock high, the wing pairs would fire down on the MiG-21s in an ambush. Anyway, MiG-21 done. Next, we're going to long day for the MiG-29 Fulcrum. MiG-29 is also made by Sukhoi and Gurevich. The first flight was in 1977 and entered service with the Soviet Union in 1982. It is still serving. It is operated throughout history. It's tactics rather than equipment, though. Yes, it is. Tactics and piloting skill will always trump the plane itself, although having a good plane will help. But anyway, the MiG-29 is still serving, and its primary operators are Russia, the Ukraine, the Balkan states, India, Iran, and believe it or not, in capacity as an aggressor, the United States Air Force has purchased a small quantity of MiG-29s to act as aggressors, so their pilots can train against them. And that happened in 1997. The MiG-29 and this, were they bought from Germany? Probably. I don't think they bought them from Russia. I think they bought them from one of the former Soviet bloc, if I recall. But the MiG-29 Fulcrum is a fighter, medium-sized fighter developed as a replacement for a contemporary lead plane such as the MiG-21. It is excellent handling, makes a superior fighter, and was predicted to be pitted against the F-15. And in real life it was, and lost horribly. Its nickname is the Lechtoka, the Russian word for the swift-flying swallow. Though to be fair to the MiG-29, the MiG-29s that did go up against American and Israeli F-15s were not Russian pilots. So take that as you will. Quality of the pilot wasn't that great. MiG-29 stats. It has above average speed, slightly below average mobility, but it can easily be tuned to fix that, as well as stability. It has average air to air, below average air to ground, and slightly below or average defense. It is armed with, let's see here, 82 R40 Acrid standard missiles, as well as the here it is, R73 Archer. Although in this format it is the HPAA, high power air-to-air missile. You get 22 of these. They're, while highly damaging, they have poor homing and reload capabilities, so they require the pilot's utmost patience and skill. Coincidentally, this is also the same model that is used for the Russian version of the QAAM, which is slightly less damaging, but is the most homing, or has the most homing in the game. So I found that interesting. It's also equipped with the LAGM, 14 of them. This particular model is the KH-31 Krypton. And finally, it has 24 4AAMs, or R77 adders. We're going to start off with the Kryptons, and then once the drones come out, switch to the adders. As for skins, we've got the standard Osea. I think this is the standard Russian air superiority. We've got the Arugia Skin. The bright Jester skin. The trigger skins, as well as the champ. But we're going to go ahead and go with the Arugia and the Lasath one emblem because I thought it looked good with this livery.
Aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Thank you. Welcome to the stream, Boba Mateys. No, the MiG-29 is actually one of the few MiGs that I do like. It's versatile. It looks good.
All aircraft spread out and attack.
It's got that distinct Russian feel, but doesn't look like a. It looks like it belongs in the air. Let's put it that way.
Regular forces can reduce losses if you tenderize the base first. If you can't
It's
handle
very easy to handle. This is a very good. This is one of the best early tier aircraft you can have.
target destroyed. Transport truck spotted. Not a threat, but feel free to take them out. You're hitting 3 locations. Some have air power, so their threat levels vary. Think of the best way to rob them of their ability to respond. Use those empty
No, I don't like cockpit view. Now I have a stream in the works where I'm going to be playing Ace 5 and Ace 6 in cockpit view. Once we get that far in the queue. But I tend to prefer the third-person view, just because I can see the livery.
However, you guys do not have that luxury.
So, what are we supposed to do?
Not saying cockpit view is worse, it's just not as comfortable for me.
Nice try. This stuff isn't for you guys.
Let's be honest here. The regulars like us aren't allowed to resupply.
Yep.
But in your heart, you want us to smash that base. Am I off?
Boom.
You're gonna wish this mission never ended.
Looks like Band
That was me.
That was fast. Keep up the good work.
Righto. Trigger. Lock it on.
Back here, little falcon.
Work to do.
Yeah, the Fulcrum is a very good turn and burn dogfighting aircraft.
Missile away.
Like most Russian aircraft are. The VR, that'd be interesting. I don't know exactly. It might actually be better than the standard cockpit view because the camera moves with my head.
You're giving me another shot? Must be my lucky day.
The enemy base is divided into 3 sections. You did nothing more than destroy just one of them. Why are you acting like some big shot count?
Trigger's the one who did most of the work.
Why are you so proud of that, full man?
No, I don't have a PSVR. I'm too poor to afford that. I want to, but I also want to eat.
Spare 15 locked on.
Yeah, VR would be more natural feeling. So I think I can handle VR better than standard cockpit view.
More guests on the horizon. Keep up the attack.
This is Spare 11. Enemy base dead ahead. Damn it, we can't do this from the sky. We need ground troops.
Spare 11, just do your job.
Kaboom!
Trigger destroyed the enemy facility while everyone else was sleeping.
Murderer's done it again. Gonna have to rethink the odds. If only I can bring a radio to lift my spirits.
Hostile has a lock. Targeting gun range. Fire.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Locked on target.
I don't doubt that A7 VR is freaking immersive as hell.
Gun down.
I'd love to be able to try it out someday.
Spare 15 target destroyed.
Enemies locked on me. Someone help me out here.
Chaplain flash deployed.
Alright.
Air guns are hit hard.
Yep.
Compromised. Just grab whatever you can and return fire.
Ooh. Come here, Phantom.
Nothing but trouble this mission, I'm afraid.
Kaboom!
One down.
Kill them all for Ben Dog. Gonna try.
Tank eliminated.
This one's mine. Attacking. Enemy is locked on. Breaking. Breaking away. Missile closing on me. They decided. What's your six? Bandit. Enemies locked on me. Someone help me out here.
And the base commander makes a big deal whenever a new mission comes in. But it's just one after another. Like that was the plan all along or something. That happens. Something happens, they tell you what to do next. Of course you have to. So it's where and when pawns like us will die. Do they already know the next strategy?
Yeah, it is 4 missions.
I guess if the next strategy wins, you can get in on this too, Van Dog.
Maybe you guys need to cool your heads off.
But still,
Let me look into this doctrine thing.
4 missions is better than none.
Bribe is all you need to look into a terminal. It's amazing how many people write their password on a note by their desk. Gathering intel is all about getting access.
Additional hostiles in the AO. Vehicle down.
can imagine. Calculate property damage for the entire game? Oh crap. Are we including the amounts of damage that we take? Alright. We've only got one more Krypton left. So I'm going to use it. There. Got him. All right. There's... Oh, there we go. There's Kit. Drones, yay. After we kill Kitten, we'll go ahead and switch to the adders. Full VR capable campaign. That'd be awesome, but I also really like this kind of flying too, non-VR. So maybe have the ability to switch. And we're out of flares.
Don't pretend like you deserve any better. Continue with the operation.
You really are good at murdering people, Trigger. Too easy for someone who's used to killing presidents. Ex-presidents. So, what's the difference? Whatever, you still got 3 sit lines. Behind!
Now I really do like the look of the Fulcrum. It looks like a fighter. Instead of a rocket.
Take course to return and resupply.
Spare 15, this is the control tower. Make your landing.
Alright. We're gonna take off with the adders and concentrate on the drones. Also, the 29 is the first Russian aircraft that can pull off a PSM. It can Cobra. In fact, I think it was a MiG-29 that pulled off the first real-life post-stall, which is why it's called the Pujajes Cobra. Named after the pilot that did it. At least that would be.
The enemy's gunning for me.
I think that was the pilot's name.
Shit! Someone get this enemy off my tail. I can't. I've got my hands full too. High roller missile. Take it off.
Bye, High Roller.
I'm still at the table. High roller.
No, you're not.
Another one. I've got a bet on me getting out of this. Hey, someone's down. Who is it? It's High roller.
Adders work better from behind.
Aircraft being down.
Damn, these guys are agile.
Spare 15, bandit is down.
What happens to a bet when the banker's out?
It's voided, you moron.
Another man down. There's no point. Retreat.
Follow your orders. Continue the operation. Deserters will be punished.
This isn't even a fight.
Yeah. All hail, useless count.
Our attack angles are limited. 7 down. That's more than an ace.
Engage or face punishment.
Keep yapping away, little guard dog.
You'll pay for this.
Looks like we're the only ones having fun out here. Trigger, the one with the highest score wins. Let's settle the best once and for all.
Come on. There we go.
Too low and you'll get fired from the ground.
Came behind trigger. It would have been that. I know. I wish Tabloid was the spare that made it to the LRSSG.
The electronics are now just a bunch of black.
But he didn't have the official record because Count fudged his scores, remember? These Combat 8 insurance companies are the bad guys. So, joint assault. I think I think Tabloid perfectly fulfilled the concept of a wingman. He dove right into the fireworks, or into the thunderstorm along with Trigger. Took him a little bit of encouragement, but he did. And was able to hold off both Sol 2 and 3 while Trigger took on Mihai. Whereas Princess Count ran for the hills. I know who I'd rather have on my wing.
Close enough to try.
Yeah. I think it's because the reason why Count becomes your wingman is because his remember he was a fraud. Therefore, on paper it looked like Count was the best pilot in spare. Therefore, Mackenzie picked him
I wouldn't be surprised if we're
as his personal escort. Trigger only got there because
That's what that
Avril
God would say.
blackmailed him to doing it.
Where's your sense of humor, guys? Your buddy's making a joke. Laugh already.
So Tabloid got stuck because Count's fraudulent record made it look like everyone else just sucked. Oh, and ad time. All right. Before we head on to the next aircraft, we're going to take a 30-second ad break. Oh, thanks for the follow, Bob Amades. But so during the 30-second ad break, well, yeah, he got stuck as number 2 because the LRSSG Wiseman was like, yeah, no, Count ran, Trigger stayed. I'm gonna have him as number 1. Playing ads with 8 views. It was requested, so use this time to get snacks, get drinks, whatever, and we'll be back in 30. And we're back. Alright, for the next one, we're going to Bunker Buster. Doesn't make for good storytelling to have all the nice characters live. True. But yeah, you could probably tell which one's next. That's right, the MiG-31. MiG-31 is a purpose-built interceptor, built to do one thing, and one thing only. Take off fast, kill bomber. The MiG-31B Foxhound was developed by Mig-29. I appreciate it, Nugget. Its first flight was in 1977 and entered service in 1981 with the Soviet Union. It is still serving, and its sole operator is the Russian Federation. Yes, it is. That's its only strong point, Khaled. It's fast. It can't turn. It can't dogfight. But it can go fast and snipe things from long range. That's it. But anyway, the MiG-31 is a large interceptor that boasts high speeds on a world-class scale. It boasts long-range air-to-air missiles loaded with the latest avionics, as well as the ability to fly at high speeds in order to intercept cruise missiles. And if we can look at its stat block, even on modified, it screams, "I am speed." And if you tune it specifically for speed, it becomes the fastest thing in the game. In fact, even without the tuning, I think its base speed is the fastest in the entire game, not counting superplanes. In a straight speed race, the MiG-31 reigns supreme. Mobility, subpar. You can tune it to average, but even then it feels sluggish. Stability is average, but that's more or less to help with the stall speed. Air-to-air for long range is fantastic. For short range, not so much. Air-to-ground is next to non-existent. And has surprisingly good defense. In real life, it is one of the most fragile planes in existence because of the volatile fuel mix in order to get that speed. We are armed with 96 R40 Acrids. I can't show off the special weapons, so we'll just be a second. We're gonna do Bunker Buster, but I gotta switch to different missions so I can show off the models for the special weapons, because most of them are unique. To the 31. Alright, so first special weapon is the LAM. We have 26 of these, and the model for this is the R33 Amos. It's basically the Soviet answer to the AIM-54 Phoenix, but it's not as good. The Phoenix was able to track its targets a little better and had a little bit more range. Also, the Tomcat was able to lock on to 6 things at once with its Phoenixes. I think the most the MiG can carry of these is 4. in real life, of course. It's also equipped with a semi-active version. We get 24 of these. This is the R40 Acrid. Look at how big this thing is. In real life, it's one of the longest range air-to-air missiles ever designed. And just looking at it, you could probably understand why. It's also armed with 450 shots of the pulse laser. There is no canon name for the pulse laser pod, so just pulse laser. Anyway, we'll go back to Bunker Buster. Yeah, we know. And then for liveries, we've got the boring Ossia Gray, which is, I think, boring Russian gray. We've got the pulse laser cannon name, Pew Pew. We've got the modeled steps kind of camo. We've got the Comet prototype livery. The boring trigger ones. And then the one we're going to take, Schwartz. This is the only livery that I think makes the MiG-31 look good. It's black, red, and the Belkin roundel looks good on that. So yeah. For war crimes.
Strider Squadron, Su-30SM.
But yeah, this is the best aircraft to use for Bunker Buster because it is speed. Gotta go fast. And this mission is basically ends with an intercept mission, so it plays perfectly into the MiG-31's strengths. The blue skin's good, but Schwartz is just better in my opinion. I like the look of it better. But no, before Schwartz came out, I was using Comet. When I was forced to use the MiG-31, let's put it that way. Damn it. Yeah, just look at that speed.
Dropping another bunker buster will take some time. Aim carefully. The enemy set up anti-air weapons in multiple locations.
We need to work together to take them down.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now.
Bunker buster hit its mark. Time for fire.
Is anybody volunteering? Yeah.
Destruction of first missile silo confirmed.
Very well, Lone Star. Let's see how you handle your Schwartz. Oh, I love the Spaceballs reference. Your Schwartz is as big as my Schwartz, Lone Star. Interesting. That's fake. Hello, Vinny. It's okay. We're showing off the MiG-31, my least favorite plane in the entire game. But the plane that is speed. Okay, I hate this one, and this one's always real. I mean, I guess theoretically there's one instance where it's not, but I've never gotten that instance. And this is the one that always has the wind.
Strider 1, leaving coordinates. Firing the bunker buster.
Hit, but it was off the mark. Let's give him another.
Missile silo destroyed. That makes 2. No launch signs yet.
We might be able to pull this off. Let's keep it up and get the rest of these silos.
Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in. They don't appear to be going after our bomber. Take them out if they interfere with our mission.
This is a serious mission. Was it Wiseman who gave Strider 2 to count?
But no, for interceptors, I prefer the Tomcat. Tomcat, in my opinion, is one of the best interceptors ever designed. Because not only is it fast, it's also maneuverable. So it can dogfight effectively. Oh, that was a fake. Whereas the 31 isn't a very good dogfighter. Schwarzleder had a hard time maneuvering the. Yep. I'm not sure if it was the politicians or if it was the Navy brass that canceled the Tomcat. But I can tell you that the carrier fleet definitely wanted to keep the Tomcat, as well as her pilots. Whoa! That was close! Yeah, probably a mixture of the two. I mean, peacetime military brass tends to not be as effective as wartime. Especially when they can be appointed by politicians.
5 minutes remaining. Trigger, bomb has been dropped. Right on the money. Hit. Target destroyed.
The sooner there are, the harder they are to find. Good luck.
There's only one silo.
Also, one advantage that the Tomcat had over the MiG-31 is that the Tomcat is carrier capable, giving it more versatility. I was gonna run into that water tower. That would have been bad.
They're the ones designating targets. Make your stick, shake him up. Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now.
Oh!
All
Woo!
missile silos have been destroyed.
Wait, what the hell is that?
Alert. We've detected an IR.
Luckily, the wingspan isn't that big.
on our radar.
That would have been bad.
Side is this
Almost nicked that tower there.
Not from the silos?
Now this is where the MiG-31 really shines, taking out those cruise missiles, because
down before it reaches critical altitude.
it will outrun the enemy missiles. And look how fast I'm able to catch up with this.
Confirm signature on our radar. Warning. We confirm another launch. Take it out.
Enemy behind you!
Missile. 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 Missile.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
Missile.
Additional launch confirmed. Incoming.
Dispatch me. Breaking.
Yeah, this is the MiG-31 strong point. Interception.
Enemy dodged. Continuing attack.
And even though I hate the aircraft, I cannot fault its fantastic speed and interception capabilities. And there you have it.
Starting to get a little nervous.
That was the last of the MiGs. The MiG-31 cannot post-stall,
That went about as expected.
but
Be sure to include in the
its main defense is this.
company commander's leash.
Gotta go fast.
Roger that, and I'll be sure to include all the crap you said about Wiseman, too.
Yeah, you can get it up to 35 kilometers per hour. Or 3,500 kilometers per hour. So, Sly Cooper redeemed ad time. Well, we just had it before the MiG-31, so we'll wait a little bit. But welcome to the stream, to the showcase. Just in time for the flankers. Welcome, goodbye. It's like Batman. Hello, bye. Let's see here. We will go to pipeline destruction. Now this aircraft is the first of the flankers that we have. The first of 6. But, you know. And if we were going to get rid of a flanker to add another MiG, this is the flanker I would get rid of. The Su-30M2. Now, as much research as I could do, the Su-30's production history is kind of wonky. So, bear with me. This is the best I could come up with. If it's wrong, please correct me. But I did the best I could. So the Su-30M2 was developed by Sukhoi. Its first flight was in 1989. And it entered service in 1996 with Russia. Hello, Sovereign. Welcome. You're here in time for the good Russian planes. It is still in service, and its operators include Russia, Armenia, Vietnam, and Algeria. But the Su-30 line was different in the fact that a lot of the Su-30s weren't actually manufactured in Russia. Most of them were actually manufactured through foreign manufacturers under a Sukhoi license, which is unusual, and why it was so damn hard figuring out the real life history for this thing. Anyway, in game, a multi-role fighter based on the Su-30, developed for foreign use but brought back to its homeland. It features retrofitted avionics and a vertical tail wing, as well as enhanced air-to-ground weaponry. Hello, Floofy. Welcome to the stream. As we can see from its stat block, it's got above average speed, average mobility and stability, very good air-to-air, decent air-to-ground, and average defense. It is armed with 112 R60 aphids, 28 R73 archers in the high-powered variety. It has 24 4AGMs. The model for it is the KH-29T Kedge. And then the standard air-to-air weaponry, the R77 Adder. We're going to go ahead and take the Kedge, though. The liveries for this, I do not have the third one But it's basically this without the markings. So don't worry about it. Don't worry too much about it. Excuse me. Great political disintegration was an interesting time. Yeah, it was. So we got the standard Osea. I actually kind of like this one. It's I like blue a lot, and this is a nice one. The Arugia Skin. See that a lot in the cutscenes. We got the standard trigger, but we're going to be using the Soul Skin. Cool aircraft that almost no one uses. Yeah, and that's largely because it will be overshadowed by the next one on the list. Because the SM is better in every way to the M2. The M2 is a great aircraft, but I don't know. I just don't understand why they put it in when they have the SM as well. Filler. They could have used that slot to do the MiG 1.44.
Champ went down crying like a baby.
But who knows why PA did it. They did it. We just have to fly with it. I know, I like the flat pack.
I wasn't running away, I was retreating. Well, I can't say I blame you.
But yeah, I do like flankers, but the Su-30, both the M2 and the SM, kind of bugged me a little bit with that derpy ass looking dual seater. It's got big head, too big for its body. You know what I mean?
That's what I call fireworks. Get the ships out of here.
I've got more bad news. The megastorm in SM2 that formed a few days ago is approaching our AO.
No time to smell the roses then. A fighter pilot needs to fight. Missions like this.
Flat pad almost looks like a Typhoon on steroids. You're right, Nugget. It does. The flat pack is Chonker's Typhoon.
Target destroyed.
It's as if the Typhoon let itself go a little bit, but not the. It's not the oh lord he comes. It's the healthy chunk. Also, another thing that I kind of feel a little weird about the at least the M2 is there's no canards, and flankers without canards just kind of look a little. It looks like you're missing something. I mean, don't get me wrong, Nicola. The 30s are useful. It's just the SM is more useful than the M2. And I honestly think if you're going to replace any aircraft, or any of the Russian aircraft, replace the M2. No, they are different planes, it's just that the SM is better. Now, I'm not saying we should get or the SM should be gotten rid of, because the SM is great. And the don't get me wrong, the M2's a very good aircraft. It's just, it seems like it's overshadowed by some of the other flankers, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like how the F-15J is a very good aircraft, but if you want a if you want a QAMer that's an American aircraft, you're probably going to go with the Raptor. If you want a more balanced air-to-air aircraft, you'll probably go with the Charlie Eagle. And because it has no air-to-ground capabilities, the Strike Eagle is better for that regard. So everything that the F-15J brings to the table, other aircraft can do better. But here's the thing, Nicola. If you want to use the 4AGM, a better aircraft to use it on that is a flanker is the fullback. If you want HPAAs, well, the Terminator has those. If you want adders, well, so the Terminator has that as well. Everything that the M2 brings to the table, another flanker can do a little bit better. The only thing that the M2 brings to the table against the Terminator and the fullback is it's a little bit more versatile. F-15J on Anchorhead raid. No. Never. Anchorhead raid is an air-to-ground raid. Now, F-15J on Unexpected Visitor, sure. Yeah, J has no air-to-ground weaponry, so I would not recommend bringing it to Anchorhead raid at all. If you want to bring an Eagle to the Anchorhead raid, take the Charlie Eagle because of the pulse lasers, or the Strike Eagle because of the SFSS.
Bastards picked a hell of a place to hide.
Yep.
Tanker truck destroyed. Make sure you wipe them.
Okay.
Eyes like a jackal, Trigger.
Quit blubbering. Talk to me when you find a target. Spare tube count. Where the hell do you think you're going? You're approaching Erusian territory.
But now, the two aircraft that you could probably replace from this game for other aircraft, for the American-made aircraft, I would replace the J for either the Active, the STMD, or the
There's no way we can chase the damn tankers now. They're coming. A cat doesn't have enough lives to carry out your orders.
what would be another good American aircraft to bring in? Or you could bring in another European aircraft, but the Tornado is not available because of licensing stuff. So
Can't attack the surface when our lives are on the line.
probably the STMD. Be the best one. And then for the Russians, the M2 would probably be the one to replace and bring in either the MiG 1.44 or the S-32. If you want to keep it in Sukhoi.
Jet fuel doesn't ignite that easily. That was standard
targets down instead of flapping your gums.
So that's just my opinion.
Destroyed.
Not that it matters.
Going after the tankers when all this shit is going down is suicide.
Prioritize the tankers. Worry about the UAVs later. Damn.
Caution. Alert.
Weapon system's acting up. I can't fight like this. I'm gonna break off. There he goes, running away. And he's who drew the drones here.
Missile.
Say what you want. Have fun with your new friends.
Okay.
Damn, I'm targeted. Maybe we should have stuck with trigger after all.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Vehicle down. You can't stick around forever. Find those targets. Target is down. Well done.
Okay, I think they're over here.
A lot of fuel up in smoke, but there could be more hiding somewhere.
Yeah, going further back in the timeline, the variety aircraft we could bring in Cold War era aircraft,
Near full band.
like
Break, break.
the MiG-15. Although they'd have to not use the NATO reporting name due to, well, things.
Square 15 rifle.
That cheers me
The
up.
MiG-17 would be amazing to bring in.
I don't just give it
Um,
free.
and for the NATO side,
Understood.
the F-86 Sabre. I would love to fly the F-86.
All aircraft return to base.
It's such a gorgeous aircraft.
Starve their drones for a while.
And I want to fly it.
Stick with trigger and you'll make it.
Another one that I'd love to fly would be the,
You think that's all you
or we could bring back the
get your last run?
A4 Skyhawk,
Luck. Wait, you
which
ready for shot count?
they call it an attacker, but it's nimble enough that the Navy used it as an aggressor in Top Gun.
Nothing in the sky, Count.
Well, yeah.
Um,
It's not like there's anything I can learn from trigger.
But the plane that I really wish they would have in is the F-8 Crusader. English Electric Lightning. I've not seen that, but I love the F-8 Crusader. It was the Navy's dogfighter, specialized dogfighter during the Cold War, before the Tomcat and before the Phantom took over. But it had built-in guns. It didn't carry any Sparrows, but it had more sidewinders than the Phantom could carry. It was basically close quarters, kill anything in the air. That's what it was designed to do, and it did it very well. In fact, I don't think we lost a single Crusader to any enemy aircraft. We lost them to SAMs all the time, but, you know. Oh yeah, post it on Discord. Alright. Now, we go to Battle for Farbanti. For the second to last aircraft in the showcase. Yes, I have my own Discord. I can post link. Yeah. I think it's public. If it doesn't work, then go ahead and feel free to join. Oh, there you are. Okay, let me. For some reason, I don't know why, but unless I give you guys a roll, you automatically get yeeted. So you now have roll. Alright, so the next aircraft on our list is the Su-30SM. Have arrived. This version of the Su-30 was not made in Russia. This one was developed initially by an Indian manufacturing corporation under the name Su-30MKI. And it was licensed by Sukhoi, but it to the best of my knowledge, it was Indian first under a Russian license, but it worked so well with in India that the Russians bought it back and gave it and started producing it internally as the SM. Its first flight was in 1997, and it entered service in the Indian Air Force under Su-30MKI in 2002. It's still serving, and its operators are the Indian Air Force and the Russian Air Force. Yeah, this is a Hindu flanker. If we look at its stat blocks compared to the M2, it's slightly faster, much more mobile and stable. It sacrifices a tiny bit of air-to-air for a bump to air-to-ground. Is it a political thing or a financial thing that so many African and Asian countries to choose Russian aircraft? Probably both. Russian aircraft are cheaper, and for the most part, most of their countries lean more Soviet aligned in the Cold War. So they had easier access to MiGs and flankers. Now, after the Cold War, it's starting to be a little bit more of a wash. And in fact, a lot of African nations are actually buying French from Dassault. But so you're starting to see more and more Mirages and Gripens, because Saab is also doing very well in the international market. Than your flankers and your American aircraft. Anyway, we also have a lot more defense and air-to-ground than the M2. We are armed with 126 R60 aphids for standard missiles, and for special weapons, we are armed with the 6AAM version of the R77 Adder. The QAAM version, we get 16 of these and 60 of those, but 16 R73 Archers. The QAAM model, which is, in my opinion, superior to the HPAA, which is why I think actually the SM is better in air-to-air than the M2. And for anti-ground, we have 20 KH-31 Krypton LAGMs. We're going to start off with these. As for skins, we have the Osea, which almost looks navy to me. The Arugia, which I really like this livery. And since this is the one you get for, I believe, the no damage run, we're going to be using this one just because I had to work my butt off for it. The special skin, which is basically the MiG skin but no markings. The trigger skin. And the DLC MiG. Normally I would use this one, but I still haven't gotten off the novelty of this one yet. So we're going to use this one. Also, the emblem is the Akula, the special Akula from Assault Horizon. Because it's basically the Soviet star, but with a shark mouth. So it just looks even better. So we're gonna do that.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Su-30SM.
Now, visually speaking, I prefer the SM to the M2. It still has the derp-tastic big head, but pretty much all two-seater aircraft or two-seater variants are built off of one or single-seater fuselages look dumb. The only one that doesn't is the Strike Eagle, but it does have canards, so it looks a lot better to me just on that alone. This also has thrust vectoring, so we can do a full, complete Colbit as soon as I slow down enough. Yeah, we can do a full Colbit. The M2 cannot do that because it doesn't have thrust vectoring. The best it can do is a Cobra.
Strider 1, return line is to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone. Our ground forces are now moving to capture Farbanti Reconstruction Park. They're already engaged with the enemy. It seems the enemy was fast to detect them. They could use some air support.
Missile.
Count is back in the saddle as Cyclops 2.
Missile.
It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Cute. No, it's real funny.
Say goodbye.
Pull up.
Our air support has stopped the enemy. Advance on the hospital. I spotted it. Time to shoot that bastard out of the sky.
Boom!
He took a bite out of me. Break it.
Missile. Missile.
We're out of the enemy. We're pinned down. Now the enemy's already down. That LRSFC is really something. Who's the friendly?
But,
You've got the touch. Strider 1, Magnum.
Roger. The mark will be secured. The OG and Big Shot clear the way.
after making my ranking list, I hadn't really used the SM for very much, but after using it for
Two separate combat zones.
more often, once I got the skin, I decided to put it through its paces. And
Cyclops will take care of the
I will have to admit, it's a very useful flanker model. One of the more versatile ones. I still prefer some of the other flankers for certain missions, but if I redid the rankings, I'd have to put the SM higher.
I've got a sitting duck here.
Lock on. Good night.
Breaking hostile lock.
I still like the cockpit though. Wish it wasn't a dual-seater.
Enemy behind you. Move to cover.
Break. Send in more troops.
Alright, we'll take care of this. Griffin's gone. We're gonna go ahead and head to the fleet. Lock off returns. The hail hydrate.
Locked on. There's an enemy on your tail. Keep an eye on your radar. All it takes is one missile and your history.
Alright.
Okay, Trigger. The submerged area is all yours. Busy with the other.
Now, while
Let's go.
not ideal, these LAGMs are still pretty good against ships. They can't automatically sink a ship, but they can get rid of everything else. Well, I think they can automatically sink a destroyer, but Aegis, I think it requires 2.
Strider 1, break! Break! Vessel confirmed sunk.
30% of our fleet.
We'll find out.
Difficult to complete our mission given the circumstances.
Did your plane hold together? Target is hit.
Yep, it took 2.
Everyone's requesting backup. It'll take forever to get here. They're after me. I need cover. Thank you, our air support. Victory is within sight. Let's turn the remaining enemies into shark bait. Steer clear of the sunken Allied ships. Just how many did we lose? Damn it, three strikes is back.
Strider 3, missile in the air. Remain.
What do you mean retreat?
Alright, all those ships are gone.
Planning us for landing.
Enemy reinforcements on radar. Take them out.
Hostile forces moving near enemy HQ. We don't have enough units to hold them.
But just think of how powerful this thing would be if it was equipped with A6 power levels worth of anti-ship missiles. Because in A6, the anti-ship and anti-ground missiles were rolled into the same missile.
That area is all yours, Strider. Back at launch station at the Silver Range.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and head to the return line to rearm.
Tear down that barricade.
Strider 1, this is control.
Keep with the Kryptons.
Did you really think that missile was gonna hit anything? You can see just how hard we're pushing from up here. Enemy is split.
Damn it. If that was A6, that would have hit.
Magnum. Strider 1, target acquired.
Half our forces are neutralized.
Anti-air gun eliminated.
These guys just won't give up.
Missile launched.
This thing is maneuverable, nimble, fast.
Our tanks and combat vehicles are dark.
It's a very good fighter.
Enemy air support.
Enemy is locked on. Break away.
And I can see why they gave it to Mihai as his signature. It's a very good enemy ace plane.
Missile fired. Evading. That's no good. Gotta eject. Broadcaster, this is Base 1. We'll handle the rest.
Die, you piece of shit.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
And we'll take care of these guys.
This is the start. There are small boats hiding in the ruins.
Alright, destroyer in the city area. Take out that destroyer.
Considerably weakened organized resistance from the Arugian army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through. Understood. Understood.
All right.
Understood. Understood.
Understood.
We've got flies floating around our heads. Don't take your eyes off them.
Strider 1, missile inbound.
Kaboom! Ah. I have way too much fun with this.
Enemy vessel destroyed.
See that plane? That's 3 strikes. Stay under and we'll survive.
Target obliterated. Conditions keep changing. Battle must be.
Target obliterated. I love hearing that. It's not just destroyed, it's obliterated.
Eyeball to Tucker 2-4. Requesting fire for raid. Coordinates 2294 5002. Targeted enemy MiG formation. Fire for effect with your strongest round.
Yo. Stop it.
Target acquired.
Okay, have fun making the insurance companies go insane. Alright, good night, Khaled. Thanks for watching. Obliterated. Laughs in a Marion. Exactly. You have not seen yet what true obliteration is like. Hello, Serpent.
Go easy on our eardrums next time. Thanks for the fire support.
You did really well out there. This is sure to bring an end to the war. You'll be heroes. Don't know what medals they've got for you, but if you want one, come back in one piece.
Okay, now we gotta wait for the Aegis Ashore to come out. Once the Aegis Ashore is done, we'll go ahead and prepare for the Mihai fight. Goodbye, Serpent. Quick shots. Never challenge me head to head, because I won't flinch. Even if I get hit, I don't care. I will take you with me.
3 minutes remaining.
Alright, here we go.
Enemy backup. Check your radars. Copy.
There's the Aegis Ashore.
Finished up here and helped other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep it focused. Take one down, then move on to the next.
Kaboom!
Caution, enemy has a lock.
That was an anti-ship missile. It would have been dead.
Target's under our control. Now, on to the enemy headquarters.
Alright,
Those are our planes. Give them away.
let's go ahead and reload with archers so we can prepare for the Mihai fight.
Missile. 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 Missile.
We must show our resolve. Maintain course to return for resupply.
Those 2 squadrons that just flew overhead are friendly.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Make your landing check. Too fast. Lower airspeed. Strider 1, this is Control Tower. The runway is clear.
It's the same long day airfield. How far do we travel every time we want to go to the return line? At least change up the terrain a little bit.
2 minutes remaining.
Unload every last round of ammo you've got. We can't let them get past us.
Alright. Now we did kill the Aegis ashore, which means there should be a named ace that we spawned, provided they haven't left.
I'm taking fire, but I can fly. Fox 2.
I think it left already. Oh well.
Have a lock on you, Strider 1. Strider 1, missile inbound.
Oh, you bastard.
Missile away.
You try and dodge me?
1 minute remaining.
Parry that, you fucking casual.
They aren't as good as the ones on Silver Bridge. Strider 1, enemy on your tail. Breaking out of lock.
Enemy has a radar lock on me. Locked on. Go down.
Fox 2.
Time for a quick hit and run.
The enemy has escaped.
30 seconds remaining.
Sentry shot down. Our strategy is about to pay off.
Target's in machine gun range.
We're slowing down the upper hand. We're tired of battle in our favor.
I know it's been realistic, but it'd been nice to for an RTB to be a tanker. You couldn't be rearmed. You could also repair either.
All aircraft, listen carefully. This is Lancaster. We have the upper hand. The enemy headquarters is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites.
Unless we're treating fuel as food, like in other video games.
In sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? 'Cause I'm buying.
Because adventure games, you eat in order to heal.
You're right. New bogies. Now, 5 Su-30s inbound.
What's going on here? I don't believe it.
Alright.
Just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG.
Now for the boss fight. Yep.
Mission command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at a different level. But don't underestimate the rest of them either. This should prove to be fun. What do you mean? It's just like you say. The enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
Gotcha, bitch. Come on. No.
True overall on each target. First ship is sunk. Single fighter coming back around.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage.
Uh,
I have a lock.
Think that'd miss.
Get back here, you. Oh, we got a spammer. Scarface 1, you still here? Scry?
Fox 2.
Su-5 is hit. Sorry, I gotta bail out.
Raccoon? Alright, hold on. No, 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 that... damn it, shit. Fuck. The chat advanced. I did not mean to ban you, Nugget. I am sorry. How do I undo? How do I undo? How do I undo? How do I do? Here. Let's see here. I accidentally did that. trying to get the scammer. The chat advanced, and exactly as I was clicking the ban. Hello. I unbanned him. I'll hold on. I'm so sorry, Nugget. The chat advanced while I was hitting the button to ban the spammer. It's like, but no. So now I had to figure out. I'm just glad I figured out how to unban you. Oh, I am so sorry about that, though. Garuda 1 missed. That was a goof. That was not meant to happen. This is why I can't mod myself. I need mods. Because whenever I try and self-mod, people die. I think I did ban the real scammer. It will be on the PlayStation, but it is not in my chat. And more casualties are to be expected. I know. Well, your chat feed's probably gone. Because friendly fire. Sounds like somebody needs a new IFF chip. Yep. My IFF relied on satellites, and they went haywire. Damn Grunder IFF. God damn it, Wit! Just eat the missile and die. Arugia hacked the satellites again.
You're almost out of special weaponry. Hold up. My radar has shown that an enemy aircraft has been stuck on Cyclops 1 for a while now.
Luckily it doesn't rely on power plants. Yeah. Our weather's actually doing better. So it's kind of all up to Texas now. You got bunker busted. You flew too close to my ADMMs. You got shamrocked. Oh, hold on.
Strider 1, target acquired. Good lord. All we can do is rely on our best pilot now.
Sly would like to have a word with you calling you shit. Well, that tends to happen though. I've killed Shamrock more times than I can count because he got too close to my 80MMs. He flew too close to the sun.
Now I see why he's the king of the skies. Trigger's our only hope.
Gotcha! Successful Colbit to attack.
Finish the job.
Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger. You can do it. In fact, you're the only one who can.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to keep your sub and your
My radar suddenly turned
badge,
off.
though.
What is it? Respond. My data won't update. Damn it. What was that?
I've lost radar contact. What's up?
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
What is that?
Because if you had lost those, I'd been really, really... I'd have felt really, really bad.
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base. Listen up.
Especially since I can't give you back the sub. Can't afford it.
It's not just mission command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Brabante's now under Ocean control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Yeah, looking back, it's hilarious, but at the moment, it's like, oh no! I felt really horrible.
We all feel the same way.
Shit.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
Our troops have engaged the Brabante Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Finish the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander,
Yeah, Starscream, trying to get a scammer, and the chat advanced enough where... yeah. It is a bad design.
This is a peacekeeping force.
S rank. All right, we have one more aircraft left for today, and for that mission, we're going with fleet destruction, which is appropriate given the aircraft. The mods active? Apparently not. Phoenix was in the chat. Scry, I think, is lurking, and Slide just did a hi bye. So I was alone.
This is an unprecedented move.
It's all right, Phoenix. We fixed it. You're getting lunch. Phoenix had to return to base to resupply. Alright, so the next aircraft on the list is the Sukhoi Su-33 Flanker D. This baby was, again, like all the flankers, is made by Sukhoi. Its first flight was in 1987, and it entered service in 1998 in the Russian Air Force. It is still serving, and its operator is Russia. This is its carrier-based aircraft. A large carrier-based fighter derived from the Su-27 that was designed for operation on aircraft carriers. Its canard arrangement makes it a top-class aircraft and reliable and stable at low to mid speeds. It is also capable of short takeoff and landing, because Russian carriers are not catapult equipped. They are ski jump. It was originally going to be called the Su-27K. But not only that, it was designed while the Soviet Union was still around, but another reason why they probably gave it the 33 number was because when it entered service, it was Russia. So, yeah. 1998. All right, if we look at the stats, we have an above average speed, average mobility, but you can tune that up, slightly below average stability, above average air to air, not so great air to ground, but you can work with it, and decent defense. It is armed with 98 R60 aphids for its standard missile, and it comes equipped with the R27 Alamo in a hypervelocity configuration instead of semi-active. And it's also armed with the KH-31 Krypton, but this time it's a long-range air-to-ship missile. And finally, we have the EML, the electromagnetic launcher. A railgun that uses electromagnetism to fire shells at high speeds. So yeah, this is the one we're probably going to use most often. We have not gotten to the Barracuda yet. That's next week. We're going to start with the Krypton, and then once the fleet's destroyed, we're going to switch to the EML. The liveries we have the Ocean, which is a nice blue. Yeah, that is going to be the next one, Nicola. The fullback to the Felon. The Arugia Skin, which I really love. I like the Arugia Skin in this one. I don't know, the adding of the gray kind of makes it more icy, in my opinion. Then we have the Special Skin, which, aside from the shark mouths, not really. I don't really care for this one all that much. Then we got the trigger and the spare, or counts. But we're going to go ahead and go with the Arugia. And for the emblem, we're going to take the Amerian one, just because it looks like it belongs.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. Su-30SM.
Watching another stream on your laptop. Alright. That's fine. Also, if you're able, feel free to contribute to the A7, or not A7, but the A6 Scarface run. We're at 70% with, it says 9 days left, but it should be 15.
Your first mission is to reach
So,
midair. I'll provide you with instructions, so follow my lead. 1,500 meters to tanker.
put on a Uke emblem. No! That would clash with the blue so much.
500 meters, you have permission to access the refueling tanker. 150 meters. Excellent work, Trigger.
College money. You don't have to.
Refueling initiated. Maintain
It was a
current
general thing. Hey, if you haven't done it and you want to do so, go ahead. I still find it hilarious that it was Sly's idea, and Sly's contributed the least.
Trigger, call sign is Strider 1. You will be leading Strider Squadron. Count, you'll be Cyclops 2.
I know you did, and I appreciate it, Starscream. Alright, let's go kill some fleets.
My judgment goes fuzzy when I'm too hungry.
How can you talk about food?
Now, I love the look of the
I'm stuck as number 2.
flanker D.
Let it slide for now.
Hello, Simpax.
Just supposed to follow you.
Welcome to the stream.
Spectacular, Captain. At least with your last squadron. I don't want you slowing us down out there.
We're gonna go sink a carrier real quick.
Strider 1, head back to the return line if you need repairs or fuel.
This is campaign. I'm showing off that this is an aircraft showcase. I'm showing off the capabilities of the various aircraft. Yeah, there is online, but it's nowhere near as good as. There goes the carrier. As the campaign. Oh.
Nice job out there. I guess the rumors we heard about you were true. Enemy aircraft is launched.
Yeah. Bye bye!
Cyclops 2, stop.
What? That didn't kill the Aegis? That's bullshit.
I've shot down my fair share of enemies.
I guess because it went from the stern.
Roost safe and sound. The enemy has lost 30% of their fleet. If you don't stay sharp, you're meeting Davy Jones. That's all they've got. Slip through that fire. They didn't run it.
Got it.
No, I think it because it had to drill through the stern, so it didn't make it to the core part of the ship.
No enemy bases are close enough to strike our supply lines. They come in from far away, like a flock of snowbirds.
Aegis vessel Fred or something.
We've lost 80% of our fleet. We can't do any more. Prepare the lifeboat.
Alright. Or just a few more ships, and then we can switch to railgun.
Look at him go. Destroyer sunk.
Ah, I missed that voice.
Scratches.
I don't like them. They're like sin lines.
What are those?
Nothing.
Enemy fleet has been neutralized. You guys just downed some serious firepower.
It was a piece of cake.
It's nice to have some fresh talent we can count on.
Alright.
Maintain course to return to supply.
Let's go ahead and strap on a railgun and take out these platforms.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. The runway is clear.
Now, I love how the railgun is tucked in between the engines.
Is Jaeger teaching our hatchling how to
It makes it look very clean and sharp, like has very clean and sharp lines.
It's about a great war hero. There was once an Arugian ace known as the King of the Skies. Every pilot he faced in training said
college.
pretty much the same thing.
Just kicking your ass in third week. Oh yeah, that sucks.
Hunted by a predator. What about people who face him in an actual dogfight? No pilot came back alive. I'm not sure I buy that.
Strider 1, enemy vessel destroyed. We're approaching the marine platform.
Get those planes off the runway. We have to send up fighters now.
Yeah, I did miss you.
All right, scramble.
Enemy fighters have just taken
It's
off.
not the same without you poking the bear.
Fighters with extreme prejudice before they can threaten the mission. Wilco, we'll swat those flies down into the drink. Strider 1, missile away.
Shit, 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 shit.
They're after me. I need
Fuck!
Strider 1 crashed.
I don't understand why that didn't kill the core. I don't understand.
Your first mission is to refuel.
Oh well,
I'll provide
take two.
instructions, so follow my lead. 15
Good shot with the Yotka. I should have waved off, but oh well.
the refueling tanker. Too fast. Lower airspeed. Trigger, maintain your current approach. Excellent work, Trigger. Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position.
Alright,
Trigger, call sign. Sorry,
let's
but
try this again.
my judgment goes fuzzy when I'm too hungry.
How can you talk about food?
Uh-huh, sure.
How come you're number one and I'm
You keep telling yourself that, Starscream.
Well, I guess I can let it slide for now.
And we're just supposed to follow you? I heard you're spectacular, Captain. At least with your last squadron. I don't want you slowing us down out there. Strider 1, head back to the return line if you need repairs or fuel. Aircrafts need E2 in order to be effective. We have visual confirmation of the enemy threat. Ready to engage.
There we go, there's the carrier.
Enemy Aegis vessel intercepting incoming missiles with their Sea-Wiz. Counteract Sea-Wiz with a low approach or use missiles outside of the
Yeah.
sight range.
All ships, prepare for anti-air combat. Swat any dumbass that flies near our
And the pun cake.
They're already firing.
You mean the felon?
Make a low approach or dive to avoid their fire when you move in.
Boom!
Nice job, Strider 1. We stopped them before they could get airborne.
Enemy aircraft is launched. Engage it.
I think we've sunk most of the enemy fleet, but I can't tell.
Yeah, the felon's a good aircraft.
Cyclops 2, stay sharp. Half of the enemies are still around. Work by the numbers, Cal.
No enemy bases are close enough to strike our supply lines. They flew in from far away, like a flock of snowbirds.
There goes the carrier.
We've lost 80% of our fleet. We can't do any more. Prepare the lifeboat. We should have had the strategic advantage. Just who are these guys?
Strider 1, missile away.
Look at him go. Destroyer sunk. Lost it in control.
Strider 1, I see you're good against boats, too. Enemy fleet has been neutralized. You guys just down some serious firepower.
Alright, let's go get that railgun and try
Nice to have some fresh
this
talent
again.
to count on. Cyclops 2, stop fluttering about and stay glued to my ass.
Stop treating me like a newborn chick. I've shot down my fair share of enemies.
Chirp, 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 little chick.
Little chick. Just stick with your mother hen. You'll get back to the roost safe and sound. Target eliminated. Maintain course and trigger towards the plane. Three lines. Spread.
Strider 1.
Alright. Railgun.
Strider 1, this is... Trigger, what are the marks of your plane? Three lines. Scratches.
I don't see 3 lines. Do you guys see 3 lines?
What are those? Nothing.
Is Jaeger teaching our hatchling how to fly?
You knock that off, would you?
Okay, I've got a story for you. It's about a great warrior. There was once an Arugian ace known as the King of the Skies.
Every pilot he faced in training said pretty much the same thing. Scary. They knew the true fear that an animal feels when it is being hunted by
Bye-bye,
a predator.
cruiser.
What about people who face him in an actual dogfight? No pilot came back alive.
Niet.
I'm not sure I buy that.
Katusha doesn't see any line.
Approaching the marine platform.
Get those planes off the runway. We have to send up fighters now.
All right, scramble.
Enemy fighters have just taken off from the platform. Eliminate those fighters with extreme prejudice before they can threaten the mission.
There we go.
Swat those flies down into the drink. What just happened? We destroyed a structural support. That's remarkable skill. I've sent the data. Think like Trigger and sit on the sandwich.
Count,
Whatever you say, man.
hamburgers are a type of sandwich.
Looks like we've taken out a third of the enemy fighters, and it's mostly taking Strider 1.
Locked on.
I need to get away. Striking.
Count is dumb. Ow.
Strider 1, hostile gunning for you.
Taking care of about a third of the platform. The other side is still puzzled, so keep an
Yep.
eye out.
Nope.
Nice shot. Joint section destroyed.
This mission is so fun.
Half the AA guns and SAM sites are still alive and kicking. Not good.
I don't know how that managed to thread the needle, but it did. I like it.
Results are better than expected. We still have more time. Don't let up. Knock them down.
Come on, that's enough, right? Let's get out of here.
Skill. Pure. Unadulterated. Skill.
Platform has been destroyed. Be careful not to get caught up in the collapse.
Holy hell. Is that for real?
Platform successfully purged.
Just a bit more and that platform is going down. I call dibs on the final shot.
It can get a little sketchy in there. Friendly fire.
There are no dibs here.
Locked on. This one's a goner.
Woo. That was a close one.
That's half of their operational ships. Keep at it, everyone.
Concentrate your fire on those two fighters.
Damn it.
Concentrate on that fighter.
Try to thread the needle.
The enemy has a lock on me.
Behind the enemy.
The enemy attacks are slowing down. Time for one last push to the finish.
Boom!
Destruction of marine platform confirmed.
Bye bye, platform. Sucks to be you.
It's been destroyed. Target the support sections.
Move on to the valley as before.
Enemy's got a lock.
One of the new recruits talks a lot. And swears a lot, too. That girl swears more than me.
It's not just the swearing either. She's got quick fists, too.
I thought you'd say that.
No, I really do like the flanker D in this game.
In gun range.
I just wish it had better liveries. Like the Strigan livery.
Hostile has a lock.
And yeah, if they do ever make a Strigan livery for consoles, I will stream a full playthrough of Tosha. Wait, Hujin was Yoko from Gurren Lagann?
We're near the valley platform.
Damn it. They caught us getting ready to deploy. Hurry it up.
Nice! Oh, that's great. Well, Phoenix, did you know that Brownie is Raftalia? And Megamine?
Enemy blocked me. Breaking up.
Platform purge confirmed.
It's been a long time since I've seen
A third of the air defenses have been eliminated.
Gurren Lagann.
Keep piling on the heat.
Like a long time.
Stop. Any more damage to the base. Let's overwhelm them with our superior numbers.
Yeah, Brownie. And I only just started watching Shield Hero and Konosuba.
Chance to knock out the platform.
I did not know that she has a Twitch. Has she played Ace Combat? Or at least up till Mission 3?
You never know until you're up in the air, do you?
We can look into the big one later. But right now, we need to mop up the rest.
I might have to give her a peek-see.
Nice shot. Joint section destroyed.
The platform has lost most of its anti-air capabilities. Time to stick a fork in it.
All right.
Be hilarious if she streamed Ace 7. Wonder if she knows how beloved her character is, despite the fact that, you know, she dies early on. Maybe because of the fact she dies early on.
Use this chaos to your advantage. The enemy will hesitate to fire if you keep walking close. We have the enemy's wings destroyed. Just keep
Gotta take care of that cruiser.
watch your altitude. Going too high will invite missile fire.
Spider One, you've got their attention.
Yeah, the Flanker D is a very, very nimble and fast aircraft. It can't Colbit, but it can do a Cobra. And I honestly think it's a better railgun platform than the Hornet is. Because I usually have an easier time with the railgun on the Flanker than I do with the Hornet.
Platform's been destroyed. Didn't think it would build this well. Nice work, team. Go easy on the praise. The helmets are tightened up already.
But you could almost consider the Flanker D the Russian Hornet. But I think the Flanker D is a little bit better designed than the... or at least better utilized by the Russians than the Hornet is for the Americans. Because, again, the Hornet is used for everything.
Which is why I've taken the liberty of ordering dinner for you guys from a nice Italian bistro near the base.
Pixie reference.
Trigger's one of the pilots who's been up against the demon in that experimental squadron. Chased him off solo, too, since Fort ran off.
Ear!
I was there myself. Wouldn't be here if it weren't for Trigger. You see what I'm getting at?
Honestly, I don't think a Flanker could survive one wing.
That flew off.
The Flanker's body does it generate enough lift?
Allies down. Enemy has fled.
I mean, it's strange that we could just say it's Belkin technology, but...
Want a piece of me? You got it.
Enemy on your tail. On to stand it back.
When in doubt, blame that.
Enemy behind you. Move to cover. Locked on.
Yeah. I need to get back to writing my fires of unification. I've just been not really motivated of late. Strangels World War III. Oh boy. Well, Strangel never had a World War II.
Fox 2. Fox 2. Half of the enemy fighters are gone. Keep it up.
Say goodbye. Watch that bandit.
Well, I almost died there, but hey, we made it.
Attention all aircraft. Operation complete. The enemy won't recover from this one. You did great out there. I think tonight's the night we finally open that bottle.
I think I understand the new boss's style.
Victory Cobra.
Newcomer is a unique character. The old squad was bad.
No, I really like the Flanker D.
If only I had some partners I could trust.
No need to worry. I got your back. Relax and do your thing.
Give me a break.
Personally, I prefer A6's Flanker D better than the A7 one because it has our Lord and Savior RCL, but the A7 Flanker D is still very versatile, fast, nimble. About everything you want in a Flanker, you can find in the Flanker D. And you get those sweet, sweet carrier takeoffs and landings. Well, with that, that should do it for today's showcase. Tomorrow, in Mass Effect 2, we will recruit 3 new squad mates, the Veteran, Archangel, and the Professor. And we will also do the Veterans Loyalty Quest. Monday, we will finish Dragon's Dogma once and for all. Tuesday, Jin Sakai tracks down another mythical tale and learns the Dance of Wrath. And Wednesday, Raz and Floof take on the Warrior from Borderlands 2. I'm sorry about the band nugget. I didn't mean to. Thursday, Phoenix clears his name and defends Stonehenge. And then next week, we continue the Russian showcase, starting with the Su-34 fullback and ending with the Su-57 felon. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great weekend, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.